Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Chris McCarthy here, and this is the Earn It Battleground. Today's workout is going to be a 15-minute AMRAP. Now, AMRAP stands for as many rounds or as many reps as possible within a certain amount of time. And this is a 15-minute AMRAP today, but what we're going to end up doing is we're going to break it up into 3 5-minute sections with a 1-minute rest in between. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to start a clock for 5 minutes, and you're going to repeat this sequence of movements. We're going to start off with either 100 single unders of that jump rope, or if you want to intensify the workout, you're going to go ahead and do 50 double unders. Then we're going to move into 20 sit-ups. Then we're going to move on to 15 box jumps. Then we're going to go into 10 dumbbell push press, and we're going to end with 5 burpees. And then you're going to keep on repeating that same sequence of movements for a total of 5 minutes. Then you're going to rest for a minute, do another 5-minute sequence, rest for a minute, and then a final 5-minute sequence of this workout. So all in the whole workout is going to be about 17 minutes. All right, guys, so also how this is going to work is, first off, I'm going to go over all the movements in here just to make sure that you are using proper form and technique. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up the full follow-along workout video of this workout so you can get started right away. For those of you who want to get started right away, I've actually linked that down in the description, so you can scroll down there, click on that link, and you can start this workout right now. But for those of you who would like to learn all the proper form and technique and learn about the movements, it starts off with 100 single unders or 50 double unders with the jump rope. So when you grab your jump rope, you want to make sure you're maintaining proper form here, keeping those feet together, and we're just bounding up and down on the balls of our feet. Not really a jumping movement, it's just bounding on the balls of your feet, just a couple inches off the ground. Don't need to bring your legs up really high here or kick them back. You don't have to jump or expend, too much energy on this. This should be kind of a relaxing movement just to bring that heart rate up. Once you start to swing that rope, jumping on the balls of my feet are together, slight bend in those knees, my shoulders are down and relaxed, my elbows are in close to my sides, and I'm rotating that rope just with my wrists. So you're just going to do 100 of these single unders. Now this could be this basic 2-foot jump that I'm doing right now, or you can switch it off and do a boxer step where you're kind of alternating your feet here. And then you could also go into a run in place, which is going to be a 100 rotations still, but it definitely intensifies the workout. And then if you want to intensify the workout even more, you can do is double unders, and you're just going to do 50 of those. Now a double under is 2 rotations of that jump rope for every jump. So you're either going to choose to do those 100 single unders or those 50 double unders on that. Then we're going to move into 20 sit-ups. So setting the jump rope down. Now if you have an ab mat, highly recommend one of these. This just gives you a little bit of support in the lower part of your back. So when you set this down, if you don't have one of these, you could actually just get a towel, roll that up, place it in the lower part of your back, so when you come back, it gives you a little bit of support in the arch in the lower part of your back. So you're going to set your ab mat down or your towel. Get in this position here, legs should be at about a 90-degree angle here. You're gonna come all the way back to touch your hands just on the ground, just beside your ears. Then you come all the way up, engaging that core. Hands then touch right along the side of your heels. So all the way back and then all the way up, really engaging that core the entire time and touching the hands to the top of the mat and then to the front of the mat. So on those sit-ups, you're gonna end up doing 20 of those sit-ups. Then we're gonna go into 15 box jumps. So I've got my box set up right here. You could use a bench if you don't have a box. On the box jumps, you want to start with about 12 to 18 inches back from the box. You want to make sure you're not too close. So you step back here. Then when you jump up on that box, make sure your hands aren't swinging forward. You don't want to hit your fingers on here, so make sure you're just kind of aware of where that is so you don't hit your hands. Now when you explode down, bend those knees, send those hips back, you're going to jump up on the top of the box. Now from here, you're going to send those knees back and stand fully upright and then step back down. Jump all the way up, fully upright, step back down. I'll do one more, jump up, and then all the way down. One thing on here, I want to make sure that you are stepping fully onto the top of this box or jumping fully onto the top of this box. What that means is when your foot placement is on top of this box, your entire foot is on this box, from your toe all the way back to your heel. I don't want you jumping up onto here, because if you jump up onto here with just your toe on there, you do risk slipping off there and hitting your shin or your knee on that box. So make sure when you are jumping up on that box, full foot placement on the top of that box. So you're gonna do 15 of those box jumps. Then we're gonna go ahead and move on to 10 dumbbell push press. So you're gonna need 2 dumbbells for this. Now, a dumbbell push press is similar to just a basic dumbbell strict shoulder press, where you would have the dumbbells in this front rack position here, facing each other, and you'd press up and down. And that would be your strict dumbbell press. Now with a push press, you kind of start to incorporate your lower body in the strength and the power of your legs. And this will allow you to go a little bit heavier on these push presses, but it's one fluid motion. So what would happen, we're gonna have these dumbbells in this front rack position. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hinge at the hips a little bit, send that butt back, knees start to track out over those toes as they bend, and you're gonna go into a little bit of a mini squat. Now what this does is allows you to load up with the power and strength of your lower body, so you're gonna send those knees back, power open those hips with an explosive power, and it's actually gonna start to push those dumbbells up before you're even using your arm strength or your shoulders. So from here, they're already starting to go up, and then you just have to follow through, press them all the way up. And now as you start to come back down with those dumbbells, you're immediately gonna go back into that little mini squat. So it's a nice fluid, powerful motion where those knees and your legs and the power of your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes are then pushing those dumbbells all the way up. So we're gonna grab these two dumbbells here, front rack position, get into that mini squat. Now from here, press up and push, and then right back down. So they go really quickly. You can power through a lot of these very fast at a heavier weight than you would normally be able to do with just a normal dumbbell strict press. So on those push press, you're gonna end up doing 10 of those. Then we're just gonna go into 5 burpees. Now a burpee, everyone kind of knows what a burpee is. You're gonna get down on the ground, push your hands on the ground, you're gonna go into a plank position. Now from here, you're gonna go into a push-up position, press out of that push-up, bring your feet in, jump up, touch your hands above your head. Down, plank, push-up, press, feet in, jump, down, plank, push-up, press, feet in, and jump. You do 5 of those burpees. Now that completes one cycle of this AMRAP. So what you're gonna do now, back up to the top, keep on repeating that same sequence of movements for a total of 5 minutes. Then after the 5 minutes is up, you're gonna rest for 1 minute, then another 5-minute sequence, rest for 1 minute, and a final 5-minute sequence of this workout. All right, guys, that is the workout of the day. Make sure you check out earnit247.com. And right now, I'm gonna go ahead and queue up this full workout, follow-on workout video down below so you can get started right now. And I'll see you next time. Make sure you get out there and earn it.